as a lot of you know, I've been on both sides of cheating on more than one occasion. And my initial response to that topic would be to say it's kind of like a callus in a lot of cases. It's kind of like a callus. You do it and the blister rips open and then it like calluses over. You just put friction over it. You just put friction over it. You just put friction over it. Pun possibly intended. But over time a callus builds and you stop feeling that, right? Like any other detrimental behavior, the first time that you steal something, hey, maybe you might feel bad about it. You might have your conscience say something about it. But if you repress it, if you hide it, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you become numb. Think of how many things in your life that you become numb to, that you may have thought that were wrong at the beginning, right? So there's almost like this avoidance of pain, like there's like a callus over the pain. It becomes painless. It becomes like you're not feeling. You wonder why, like, oh, how can this person possibly cheat and lie and do all these things? I would feel so horrible. They can't feel that anymore. They're calloused to it, right? And I truly believe to heal the things that you've done is a lot harder than healing the things that have been done to you. Deep down. In here. In your identity. Especially when you've done things that you promised you would never do. That's the basis even for like a lot of PTSD. When you go out and you do something, right? There was some stories about non-veterans, right? They get dropped off in Vietnam. They think that they're the heroes. They think they're going to liberate. They think they're going to be the good guys. And then they start doing things that they never thought that they would be doing. And something snaps in your brain. And I think that it's not any different from when you cheat. And if you're somebody like, I never want to be a cheater, I never want to be like my mom, I never want to be like my dad, I never want to be like this, I'm never going to do that, it's never going to be me. And then you do the things that you promised yourself you would never do. A part of you snaps, a part of you breaks off, your integrity is for sale. And you literally start to erode yourself. And that's why it's like you become not even human anymore. You can literally sleep next to the person that you're lying to. But it comes at a cost, because I think as you do that, it starts to erode you more and more and more until there's nothing left of you. And then you become so dependent on these things. One person's not enough. You might turn to alcohol, you might turn to drugs, you might turn to all these other massively destructive behaviors because you're running from yourself, because you're just losing pieces of yourself over time. Selling out on your integrity is one of the most corrosive things that you can do to your identity. So yeah, maybe it doesn't hurt in the same way that being cheated on that being betrayed hurts you, being betrayed by somebody. But when you betray yourself, that hurts in a completely different way. And yeah, you're right. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that. And there is no coming back. When you've done certain things, there's no coming back from that. This is what you've done. Now, this is part of you now. And because you've done this, you might actually have to live differently. You might actually have to move differently. Somebody who has struggled with alcoholism might have to move differently around alcohol for the rest of their lives. So if you've been unfaithful in relationships, and that is a pattern for you, you might have to start moving differently in your interactions with other people that could be possible candidates for your addiction. Something to think about.